be the best that you can be.
So for anyone who saw my last video about my Kalos champion team, you might have not understood what my last pick was. So this is a little breakdown video to explain a really cool thing in Pokemon, and that is about what this form of Florges is, and it's called Eternal Florges. Now unfortunately this Pokemon doesn't really exist in the games, but it's not exactly fan-made. There is a logic behind it, but that's why you see the 3 different designs, because there's no official one. It's based off of the idea of an unreleased Pokemon that we do get to see in the Kalos region games. That's Eternal Flowet. And we see this Pokemon as the companion to the legendary AZ. It's one of those things that was just dropped with the X and Y series, like, you know, a 3rd game. That's kind of important too. But was supposed to be obtainable, and if you know Pokemon, they're not just gonna make a middle stage the permanent form of a superpower like this, which we'll get to later. So the idea is that if you could evolve this Flowet, which you can't if you do hack the game to get it, but since it's unreleased, the assumption is that it could have evolved if you got it, and that's why I chose it as kind of a unique choice. But let's get into exactly what makes this form so special. So for any of you who didn't know, like me for a long time, Florges is a super powerful Pokemon. Its base stat total is incredibly high, comparable to Pokemon like Arcanine, which is called the legendary Pokemon. It was originally supposed to be legendary like the birds or something like that. Even extremely buff Pokemon like the Gen 4 evolutions of Gen 1 Pokemon that are in the high 530s and sometimes 540s get blown away by this. Basically, unless you're a pseudo-legendary or an actual legendary, you can't top those stats. But the even crazier part, Eternal Flowet has the same base stat total. Had this Pokemon been released, it would have been by far the highest base stat total of any non-fully evolved Pokemon, even if they didn't give it a final evolution. On top of its incredible strength, it also has a very powerful signature move that Flowet can learn, and so would also be available to Florges. It's called Light of Ruin. It has a 140 base power, 90 accuracy, and does recoil damage. The description reads, it draws energy from its eternal flower to fire a beam of light that also does damage to the user. So exactly how strong would Eternal Florges be when we look at its base stat total? It's unlikely that it would get the same evolution bonus from normal Flowet to normal Florges, but we can kind of look at it a few different ways. If we just give Florges the upgraded special attack of Eternal Flowet, then it would push its base stat up by about 30 or so. That would put it at about 582, almost pseudo-legendary level, which is what most champions have as their ace. The other possible way we could look at it is give it around 100 extra base points and treat it almost like a mega evolution. And this is my proposed spread for that case, putting it at a base stat total of 651. That basically means it's only a few steps below box art legendary. What an extreme power. In any case, an extreme power like that, coupled with probably the strongest type overall fairy and the devastating signature move Light of Ruin, this would be an extremely powerful Pokemon that I'm sad we never got to see, but I hope all of you have learned a little bit more about and can also agree with me in hoping that someday we get to see this Pokemon come to fruition. But for now, that's it, and we'll see you later.